did that in 2022.
But what about Trump?
He had
But
91
Senator, what about
indictments.
Trump? What about?
Yeah, but you didn't care any about this. You didn't care that Letitia James made up charges that no one's ever faced.
But Senator,
nobody even knows what it is. The first person I ever heard use the word Antifa was Donald J. Trump.
Stop. You lying motherfucker, stop.
Hey everyone, Dronetek here. I don't even like Lindsey Graham that much, but I think you're all gonna love the very well-deserved smackdown that he gave Kristen Welker this morning. Lindsey Graham is like all of us right now and very tired of the Democrat media gaslighting about the weaponization of the DOJ. They already did it and set the standard, but of course, because it's now coming back to bite them, they want to change the rules.
do you think that crosses a line between the Justice Department being independent from the executive branch?
I think our Justice Department in the hands of Biden crossed every line there is to cross. I think within 3 days of announcing he was going to run for president in 2024, he did that in 2022.
But what about Trump?
He had
But
91
Senator, what about
indictments.
Trump? What about?
Yeah. Now, I think the grand jury is going to take care of this, but you didn't care any about this. You didn't care that Letitia James made up charges that no one's ever faced.
But Senator, Biden never
made up
publicly
charges
called
no one
for
ever
Trump
faced.
to be indicted.
He had 90. Biden regretted that they didn't do it before the election. Jack Smith surveilled my phone records and 8 other senators. Jack Smith introduced his brief against Trump October the 24th before the 2024 election, violating every protocol just to politicize the election. So this may bother you that people are being held accountable. It doesn't bother me one damn bit.
Yes!
I'm confused. Is that just what she looks like all the time? The deer in a headlight stare? Or is it just because she's constantly getting utterly destroyed?
Good question, Aguado.
All right, real quick at the end there, he talks about Jack Smith politicizing the election. But I think what he meant to say was that everything that they were doing in the weaponization of the DOJ against Donald Trump and everyone around him was to influence the election and the outcome in favor of Joe Biden and Democrats. That was clearly the case. They weren't fooling anyone. And I said more times than I can remember at the time that this would definitely come back to bite them and they would react exactly like they are right now. It's just like they always do. Carve out exceptions for themselves from their own rules. Have you noticed that anytime reality is inconvenient to the Democrat Party, they and the media unite on talking points to deceive the country and go against everything we can see with our own 2 eyes? They're at it again, apparently, with the Democrats and their media mouthpieces being instructed to pretend like they've never heard of Antifa and it's all just a fanciful creation of the far right.
Because if there really is no Antifa as an institution organization, then anybody who's associated with Antifa-like ideas, can be persecuted. All you have to do is say, prove you're not Antifa. Well, how can you prove a negative? And suddenly they're just going to be able to use that to justify suppressing speech, arresting people, deploying ICE, deploying National Guard, deploying military. So the fact that there is nobody even knows what it is. The first person I ever heard use the word Antifa was Donald J. Trump when he was going on about how there were good people on both sides in Charlottesville. That's the first time I ever heard anyone use the term.
Oh yeah, sure. Antifa's not real at all. They just have a flag, a logo, chapters in every major city, a unified ideology, and have had a very clear presence at every riot and protest for the last 8 years at least. There's at least 8 years worth of footage of these people rampaging, attacking, and even murdering people. All right, that's what I think about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you made it this far, might as well hit that like button and subscribe. I do post content on a regular basis, so make sure to keep checking back for more.